Welcome back. You are watching the Sisaundra Show. It is now time for us to get into some good trouble. And as my late great cousin John Lewis would say, never ever be afraid to make some noise and get into trouble, necessary trouble. I have Miss Marie Rattigan here with us again today. And last week we spoke on why African Americans are predominantly Democrats. But today's discussion hits home for a lot of us. Today we will be touching on the Roe versus Wade overturn. The Supreme Court has issued the most offensive ruling in our lifetime, overturning 50 years of constitutionally guaranteed protection of abortion rights, stripping us of our bodily autonomy, our fundamental right to freedom, and with it, our equality. What are we doing? What is going on? Where are we? Why?
Right. I think that's a good question.
All these questions.
Like, why right now? Like, it is a lot going on, especially when 68% of Americans want Roe versus Wade to remain the law of the land. And it's still overturned. But another thing that was really interesting is that a poll was done this past weekend where 58% of women said that this is taking us back 50 years, but also it's unfortunate and it's going to make everybody's lives worse. It's going to make everybody's lives worse. And I think I love Fannie Lou Hamer because Fannie Lou Hamer said, if we ain't free, if I ain't free, we all ain't free.
Nobody's free. Exactly.
Right.
You know, I'm speechless when you were saying that. It took a moment for me to pause because it just makes you think about what's happening in the totality of it all. So the abortion law, I had to do a lot of homework, y'all, because I'm upset about all of this too, but I want to understand what's happening, where is it going? And I think it's important for our viewers to understand where it's going and why.
Right.
So what has happened is this precedent was set with Roe versus Wade all these years ago, but it was just a precedent. It wasn't a law.
Right.
So now the SCOTUS is sending it back to the states and sending it back to Congress to create a law so they can interpret it. They cannot interpret something that was never created.
Right.
So in essence, someone told me, what do you think the Democrats have been doing for 50 years that they had all of this time to change this law, to work, to change Roe versus Wade so that we could have legal abortions or however it needed to go. So now you've been chasing your tail for 50 years and now it's been overturned and it's going back to the states, it's going to Congress, and we have to do it the right way.
The right way, absolutely. But we've seen this before in the 1800s. The Supreme Court was predominantly from the Confederate South, right? So they tried a lot of things, and they've continuously been trying things to even stop Abraham Lincoln from signing the Emancipation Proclamation. And like I said, what better time than now for us to be organized, using social media, using our platforms to say, listen, Joe Biden, we need you to declare this a state of emergency. Let's get the Hyde Amendment appealed. Let's get you to do something.
Do something, because you know what? Already 3 states, that's Kentucky, that's Louisiana, and South Dakota, they have all banned abortion right away.
Right away, that day, that same day.
That day, it's done.
Yeah.
It's done. And I think there's only one state, don't quote me on this, but I do believe it's Idaho or something like that. They're the only state that I know of that has, if it's been done by incest or rape or something like that, then the abortion can happen.
Right, and that's not even here in Florida. It doesn't take into consideration incest, rape, or even if a woman has like an ectopic pregnancy, you know? So thank you to Planned Parenthood and ACLU for challenging that. And what better time than now to get organized?
The time is now to organize. Listen, we've been talking about organizing for so long. Our ancestors, I keep saying this, they have fought for us to be able to sit here and have the right, the ability to vote. Y'all, please stop making us just say, go vote, go vote. Just go do it.
Right.
Because life is not going to change. Things are not going to change until you get up and use the power that the blood of our ancestors has given us. We have a quote for today. Our quote for today is feminism isn't about making women stronger. Women are already strong.
Right.
Right? It's about changing the way the world perceives that strength.